Numbers. They're all around us. We see and use them every day. Normally we don't pay attention to them, but almost everyone has favorite numbers and ones they don't like, lucky and unlucky ones. Some attach great importance to numbers, others attach sacramental significance. Solomon's temple was built by masonry contractors around 3,500 years ago, using secret knowledge of the East and Egypt, Kabbalah, and Numerology. Another name for these contractors is the Freemasons. They adopted the knowledge of the builders of Solomon's temple and brought it through the millennia. Their organization still exists today. Almost every eminent person in world history was a member of this secret fraternity. Peter I, Alexander Pushkin, Alexander Suvorov, Napoleon, Isaac Newton, George Washington, Mozart, Beethoven, Henry Ford, Louis Armstrong. The list can go on and on. The Masons know that every number has a vibrational frequency. Out of all numbers, they emphasize 3, 7, 9, 11, 13, and the results of their intermultiplication. 3 is an abstract description of the spiritual interrelationship between two antitheses. For example, a man and a woman cannot have a spiritual interrelationship as they are. There must be love or desire for the spiritual relationship to emerge. Conciliation between two antitheses is the third force in the universe. The metaphysical role of the number 3 is recognized in the conception of the Trinity, which is present in the religion of ancient Egypt and other world religions, such as Christianity. 3 is the amount of sequentially situated nucleotides needed for coding our DNA. The minimum number of props needed for stable balance is 3, and the world we live in is 3-dimensional. 3 is the first of the accomplished natural numbers. It is the basis for the 3 knights, 3 musketeers, the 3 bears, and the 3 little pigs. 7 is an equally important number. 7 notes, 7 colors, 7 days of creation, 7 apertures in the human head, and almost all mammals, including Homo sapiens, have 7 cervical vertebrae. There are 7 prelusory paths in the Kabbalistic tree of life. Man has 7 chakras. According to the yoga concept, man consists of 7 bodies which, intertwining, enter one another. In the binary system, 7 is 1, 1, 1. All the elements of the 7th period of Mendeleev's table are radioactive and have 7 electron shells. In Cyrillic, 7 is a numerical value for the letter Z, Zemlya, or Earth. From Earth, it is possible to see 7 planets with the naked eye. 7 is the basis for the 7 virtues, 7 liberal arts, 7 deadly sins, 7 world wonders, 7 dwarfs, and 7 samurais. 9 is a superior number. It consummates the natural numbers and is the number of transition into the new system of 2-digit numbers. When multiplying 9 with any other number, 9 always recreates itself. According to the writings of Greek philosopher Plato, there were 9 kingdoms in Atlantis. In ancient China, 9 was considered to be the number of the emperor, and only heaven was higher than 9. There is the wall of the 9 dragons, and the 9 dragons on the roof of the emperor's tower. There are 9,999 rooms in the Forbidden City. The number 9 in Chinese sounds like the word for longevity, and 4 times 9 is a wish for a long and happy life. The strongest number, or the master of numbers, is 11. 11 is 10 plus 1, the number of large magical power. It symbolizes the development of balance or equipoise in man and is known as polarity in esoteric. Polarity is the climax of the primary way. Since in numerology this number is seen as 2 as well as 11, and given special attention, in life it deserves a unique approach. 11 is called a magical number because its holders have an exclusive sensitivity to vibrations. 11 is characterized by numerologists as a spiritual and ethical shock, a dead end of existential transcendency, a revenge on the system, and a transition to the higher level via self-sacrifice. Also, 11 is the number of intuition and divine enlightenment, revolutionary, and an outgate into a new quality. 11 has a direct relation to a pyramid, since when 1111 is multiplied by 1111, it equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, and further multiplication always results in a pyramid with higher orders of the amount of the multiplied figures of 1. Also, 11 is related to 3, since in the decimal system 11 is 3. 11 times 3 is 33. 33 is the highest degree of initiation in Freemasonry. There was a reason ancient Masons erected 2 pillars, Boaz and Jachin, in Solomon's temple. They knew about the power of the number 11, which symbolizes a gate into another dimension. The tragic events of September 11, 2001 changed the course of history and the world order, but only a few know why it happened on that exact day. Precisely 11 years before, on September 11, 1990, George Bush Sr. gave his notorious speech about the New World Order before the U.S. Congress.
An order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN.
The 11th of September is the 245th day of the calendar and the 111th day until the end of the year. Terrorist attacks shook Madrid on March 11, 2004. Exactly 911 days after the terrorist attacks in New York. The first plane to hit the Northern Tower was flight number 11, carrying 11 crew members and 92 passengers. The official death toll of those killed on 9/11 was 2,792 people. Unit number 1 of the New York Fire Department lost 11 people in the skyscrapers. The World Trade Center's twin towers were built over a period of 11 years, from 1966 to 1977. Architecturally, they resembled the number 11. New York was the 11th state to join the Union. Manhattan Island was discovered on September 11, 1609. The Statue of Liberty's pedestal is an 11-pointed star. The day of U.S. independence is the 4th of July. The building of the Pentagon started on the 11th day of September in 1941, and the length of each of the 5 sides of the building equals 111 meters. There are 11 letters in each of the following words. Neil Armstrong, the first man to set foot upon the moon, is a 33rd degree Mason. His spaceflight was called Apollo 11. The Sagittarius era in which we are arriving is located on the horoscope under number 11. Peaks in solar activity have 11-year cycles. The solar eclipse of 1999 occurred on the 11th of August at 11:11 a.m. There is no 24 o'clock in the 24-hour format. 0 comes straight after 23. By this analogy, there should be no 12th month either. The month 0 should come straight after the month 11. In the Bible, this message is conveyed metaphorically. There were 12 disciples, and only 11 left after Judah betrayed Jesus and sold him for 30 coins, which symbolized 30 days or a month. Ancient South Americans could calculate solar and lunar eclipses with the help of their calendar, which was more accurate than our own, and was able to predict any astronomical event 1,000 years in advance. This calendar finishes at 11:11 a.m. on the 21st of December, 2012. 2012 is a transitional year, year 0. The new era begins in 2013, or 0001. The Maya called it the end of the fifth sun. They believed at the end of this cycle, a movement of the earth will occur that will bring mankind to ruin. Several years ago, scientists began to study this date. It turns out that on the winter solstice, on December 21st, 2012, at 11:11 a.m., a galactic event that happens once every 25,700 years will occur. This event is called the Platonic Year, and it signifies the full completion of the Earth's axis around all the star signs. Moreover, on that day will align not only the planets of our solar system, but also the planets of other star systems, forming a line toward the center of the galaxy. This can be compared with the hands of a clock when they reach 12, which is 0. The combination will signify the galaxy's transition from one system to another. In the opinion of the ancient Maya, as well as the leading psychic of the 20th century, Edgar Cayce, the result of this event will be a magnetic pole shift that will lead to global seismic activity and super tsunamis on a scale unknown to mankind. It is obvious that Freemasons use numbers with a secret intent. And yet, the numbers are around us, and there's no need to search for them. The universe itself uses them to give us signs. 11:11 is a code, a sign of consciousness awakening. Humanity must come to its senses and come out of the era of mysticism, address its inner self, and recognize and accept itself as one and as a part of the universe. Evolve so that it doesn't perish, but rather achieves the next level.